Hey guys, it's your girl, What Do You Mean Jody, and welcome back to another video. We are on week 3 of Love Island and we are going to get straight into all the gossip. First, we need to acknowledge that Ruchi and Andre are gone home. This week has been another hectic week. The producers are keeping it fresh. The challenges this season are hot. They are literally dropping all the tea. They are creating all the violence and we are all here for it. We love it. But let's look into how all of our couples are getting on. So we have had some bombshells. So we've had Scott come in, we have had Leah come in, we have had Charlotte come and go. So we have newest girl and boy Mal and Montel. So let's see who we've got coupled up at the moment. Molly and Zach, who have progressed and they are getting to know each other, I guess, but I don't think they've got anything in common. They just keep talking about how things are so easy and that's all we hear them talk about. But I don't know if that is editing or what that's down to, but they went on a date this week and it just seemed really cringe, like they had not much to talk about. We have had the shock twist and Molly is gone home. Like, Katie literally picked Zachariah and Molly got a text and was like, pack your bags, get the fuck out, you're gone, goodbye. And she's gone, just like that. Everybody thought she was gonna leave the villa and there would be boys waiting for her, but there has been pictures leaked and she has touched British soil. She is gone, she is not coming back. Personally, I think she's coming back for Casa Amor to confront Zach on moving on so fast. But the only thing is, I don't think Molly is that type of person, so they might not send her back in, because I think if they were to send her back in, she wouldn't really care that Zach moved on. She'd be like, oh, it's Love Island, you have to get to know people. So I don't think she's going to be back. I think she's gone for good. Then we have got Scott and Catherine, who I actually think are really well suited together. They both live in Dublin. They both have a lot in common. They seem to always be touchy-feely, always laughing. They literally seem to be getting on so well. A lot of people seem to disagree, but I think they're going to do really well together if he doesn't get his head turned by Katie, because as soon as Katie walked in, everybody acted like Beyonce walked into that villa. In my opinion, when Katie walked in, she was like a tour guide. She was like when you get a substitute teacher that already knows the rules, already knows what's going on, and she just looked out of place. She's really mature, so we will see how she gets on in there. Whitney and Mehdi are still together. Now, I have to give a round of applause to my girl Whitney, because I don't know how she is still putting up with that man. So this week, he turned around and told her that he wants to get to know Leah. And within 2 days, I'm pretty sure Mehdi realized he was getting nowhere with Leah, because now she is gone after Montel. I actually genuinely think Whitney likes him, but I don't think he likes her. He's too passive aggressive for her. Like, every time she talks, or if they're in a group setting and she says something or makes a joke, she's disrespectful is literally all he says. Like, she will laugh at his jokes and then he will go on to say that she's disrespectful and she doesn't speak correctly, and I just don't get it. Even after she did her recoupling speech, she was like, did you practice that? Did you write it down because you spoke so well? What does that even mean? Like, what do you mean? It doesn't make sense. But even the way he's like with Leah, he's like, oh, you're so well spoken and so put together. They need to send in a good bombshell for Whitney, because she deserves so much better. Then we've got Tyreek and Ella. Every week is different for Tyreek and Ella, because at the beginning of this week, they were doing fantastic. Tyreek was pulling up, then Molly obsessed Mitchell, the child that he is. Don't talk about Ella. Like, you're not the one who has to deal with her, I am. So don't speak on Ella or I will literally drag you. And then the next day, he did exactly that. He dragged him. He told him, who made you the voice of the villa? Tyreek is really falling for Ella, but he is afraid of his feelings. But Tyreek has now decided that he wants to get to know Katie, and Ella is not here for it. And you know what? At this point, I kind of understand. He does want to get to know every single bombshell that walks in, and eventually that's going to mess with Ella's head, because she's pretty much set on Tyreek. We did see the girls joking the other night, like, oh, I'm going to go and get to know every boy just to piss my man off. But Ella's not on that. She just wants Tyreek and that's it. And we had the twist this week where Maya walked in and she told everybody to vote for the most compatible couple. And the least compatible couples in the end were Jess and Sammy and Mitchell and Leah. And like, that's literally the least compatible out of the group of people that were there. It wasn't any deeper than that. But Sammy decided to make his little comment about how he doesn't think Maddie and Whitney are compatible, and he doesn't think that Scott and Catherine are compatible, but he had to like go on with this one to let Catherine know that he doesn't think that Scott is sexually attracted to her, which literally just made zero sense, and there was so much racism under that comment. Like, Sammy needs to leave that villa. If I don't talk to you guys next week and he's not in there, we need to write to ITV and tell him he needs to follow Molly on that plane. The next day, Catherine did pull him up on it, and Whitney was with her, and we're thankful Whitney was there because Whitney made sure she put Sammy on the spot. Catherine tried to confront him. He was talking about, oh, but you guys voted me and Jess as non-compatible, but that's not what the conversation was about, and he knew quite well it wasn't. Then Whitney made sure that she grilled Sammy on the fact, like, what are you sorry for? Like, do you even realize what you're sorry for? And he was like, I'm sorry you took it up the wrong way, but I stand on what I said, which is just bullshit. That challenge ended up that Sammy and Jess and Mitchell and Leah could not couple up together again. They were banned from recoupling together until the next recoupling. The way he talks about Jess is absolutely disgusting. Anytime her head is turned, he's talking about, I'm better than her, she's lucky I gave her a chance, she was the one that was into me, I was never into her, she's ugly, blah blah blah. We don't like this kid, he needs to leave. So now Jess is getting to know Mitchell, which is also weird because Mitchell has just decided that he wants to get to know Jess. But we will see where it goes. I think he's looking for his ticket to stay in the villa because no girl wants to get to know him because he is literally Joe Goldberg from You. I don't know who does the psych tests to get on Love Island, but they clearly were half asleep when Mitchell and Sammy were talking because they should have never walked in them doors. But then we have Sammy and Mal, who are coupled up together. She seems like a really nice girl and we'll see how she gets on. She's only been in there a couple of days. But at the moment for me, the new Islanders are not really given any entertainment value for me. But then we do have two bombshells coupled up, Montel and Leah. Now Leah has been kind of used by all the guys as a test, as they keep calling it. And she's kind of just been fed up with them all. And then Montel came in and she actually really likes Montel. So they've already kissed and everything. They're getting to know each other. I do think they're going to fade into the background for a bit until there's some drama around them. But so far, I still stand by the fact that this is the most entertaining season so far. Every episode is just so much entertainment. You can't miss an episode. You will not know what's going on. But I'm excited to see what next week brings, especially now that Katie McDermott is there and everybody wants to get to know her. Every couple is going to be turned on their head. The girls are absolutely shocked. But speaking of the girls, this is definitely the best season of girls we've ever had in there. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but there is now 3 exes in the villa, and that is Mal, who is Jay Younger's ex. We've got Scott, who is Paige's ex, and we've got Leah, who is Danny's ex. Now, this is just crazy because we've never seen anything like this before, but I have been thinking that because it's been rumoured so much about Love Island All-Stars, but there's no way they've really talked about how they're going to do it, maybe they're going to bring in a Casa All-Stars, and I think that would be really cool and entertaining to see. I think a lot of people would hate it, but a lot of people would love it. But we'll just have to wait and see what the next week's brings. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you thought of this week and who is your favorite couple so far, because mine changes every week. But I will talk to you guys next week, and thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.